Guys, what is kicking it off with our third tournament ever. Gauntlet Gaming, Go Grinder, Extravaganza, and we've got some great players here. Let me pull up the bracket for you quick, just taste, give you a little taste of what's going on. See this? Necro, Ryan's Lake, Fresh IRL, Rider 50, Maggie Power, Birdman, Ludovico, Mercenary, AV, Hard-Hitted Goat, as I know, Goat, Hockey, Ivan Rizzi, best players in the game, Derek, another one of the best players. I think that Ivan Rizzi, Goat Grinder would be you. Great place to start. Juking. A fan favorite. Solitaire. And those of you who don't know, for $50 prize, and it Perlereino card. But it is about 50 free to enter. Yeah, I hope. Oh yeah, probably 3 hours. They've been starting clock at 30, so need to be back in the saddle, so to speak. Pump out this. Okay. Nope. The gridlock game right. Turns in. Lucky to shoot it by his hand of break BLS. Not the BLS. They can't immediately make it live. Games are. Okay. So Ivan is going to chain the ring on the deco to my flip and draw here. Play. But given that his hand is full of dead cards, not really gonna be able to get ahead. He Flocky knows about Ivan's storms. Wouldn't really get set here. More than likely beat him into shoot. I think it's more than likely a jar greed because he set a death shoot there. Ivan could just not storm that monster, or even if he's gonna storm, set a monster. So death shoot has a pretty whiffing or backfiring. I think it's just a jar greed. Not gonna let him look into. Yeah. Take. Maybe as a handful of traps and just like get it out of there. I mean, little either way, I don't think that used would be about thing. Lucky would set 2 into the heavy, but he does use it anyway. Not a bad play because at the end of the day, any of those are things like MST or blast. You just case we're getting break. You just want to get them out of the way so that they can't raise your back. But a little bit risky play on Flocky's part. even if it's not super likely that Ivan's gonna do that, you know it's at least, like, depending on what Ivan drew. Apparently he redrew the BLS. So yeah, at least that's an extreme example, but there's at least some set of cards there where, like, depending on what he drew, he might want to use the Storm anyway, even though on the surface it looked a little bit janky to, like, Storm. Know you have Storm, probably gonna hit a shameful. There's still plays that, like, you might end up doing. Leaving yourself open to Flocky seems like a little bit of an unnecessary risk. Maybe he has multiple traps to set here, because there's some logic to that too. Get the Storm out of the way, then you just decide to set all your background. Summons the sword. Managed. Because there's double decky breaking. But Ivan decided not to duke down the LS, which could have been a really good option in case of what Flocky actually had. Of course, there are 2 goblins from Flocky's. A lot of times they just, because really the things that you're playing around when down the BLS in that situation. Cool. Yeah, sorcerer. Actually was already being answered because he at least had a break set. So I think it's a reasonable play to make where player on the no. Oh, in this case. Draw phase. Oh, okay. I mean, he literally doesn't know he has the Forget break, so that is a little bit. Yeah, thought your shuffle mate. That's not really how shuffling the hand doesn't apply that. That's not how. But I can see why. I mean, obviously now, like before, I'm sure Ivan was thinking about whether he wanted to do something with priority, but now I think he's definitely going to. Otherwise, count to that does shoot. I think pitch a card, target the Sork is probably a good player. But it's really Flocky's fault. Flipping the Dutch. Especially when he knows there's a Reiki break set. Different when, like, you don't think of in the fact that they top deck MST, but like the fact that Reiki break is known, you know, for whatever reason, want to at least wait till they move to standby. I mean, it's definitely going to be hitting. Minecon is main. Besides, I mean, the information he has. 3. Down in main 2 because 4. Yeah, I think he face up, doesn't leave. And now if that's a monster, get answer. I think here, I think there's a decent phase on the monster. Would potentially get answered by a horse or Pokemon. Like Flocky's like. But I'm thinking end phase here on the monster looks pretty clean. Sure enough. End phase on the back. It was the column, so it would have just hit the monster, then it would have just walked. That feels like a big to me. I mean, if he was just pretty sure it was the spook draws, but like if it's suit, losing value, but that was the shot turn. He draws a nobleman here. Would be threateningly. Bye survives. Bye. I'm breaking up. That's still the case. Actually, you know what? I think I can edit that. Change the settings here. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Okay, we'll see. So, game one. So quick. Next we got library. Where is with that? Column. Hockey game. So. Didn't even need song number 2. So I do blocky eye. Ivan's really kind of the opposite of I do like the fact he's hitting in the 20. rushed here. He does have board presence. And he has light drive. Able to kind of beat him down and block his summon. Now, lucky down. I feel like setting it. We have a chaos. I'm not sure at all. See the life point deficit gap is just ever increasing. Hard. I mean, as much as you want to say the life doesn't matter, doesn't. But this power you to grind out. This is great. Let's just summon the. Find books. Problem might be. Let's see if this fixes it at all. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if that's any better. It has to do with like the filters I have on. But Ivan's gonna win. I will mark that down. And now let's go over to that Alvarado game. I took it pretty commandingly in the first. And then now Derek is doing some sacking, it seems, with Pot and Graceful. So Indicud and Fresh IRL also won. Okay. And wins. And Fresh IRL wins. Now this guy's just sitting here thinking about the discard. So he could just break and break. So we're going to start with Exile to try to fight back against this onslaught here. It seems like this is probably going to get answered. I mean, it might kind of be his only shot in terms of getting back in this game, so I can understand taking the risk, so to speak, and attacking this faith. But I guess the Mirror Force is gone. But yeah, like this, I mean, you were gonna lose anyway if that book resolved, so not too mad at it. So Derek was able to take that one, so we're waiting on Indica also won. And Faye and this guy are still finishing. And Derek and Anthony. So we're moving along at a pretty good pace. Just make sure there's no other pairings. Nope, just Necro and Fresh. They know they're supposed to play, so all good. Let's see. So, Anthony going first, game 3. TD set. So also TD from Derek's side. Upstart. Not really seeing a lot of movement here. I got nothing. This guy's played too slow, man. You're gonna need to institute some time controls, as they call it in chess, right? Time controls. Because this is crazy. Okay. Well, probably why he set this Sinister in this first place. He knows Anthony's playing some amount of Exiled and probably some amount of Rhoda. So he thinks he can maybe bait that removal, which he does. So Anthony essentially takes a minus there. Definitely not the end of the world, but just in this game of incremental advantage, it's not exactly where you want to be. Now, especially he's going to set another monster, and you got to kind of ask yourself, oh, is that just the Sinister again, or is that something I actually have to be concerned about? Okay. Just set monster. Yep. So if this is a setup with a Sinister and a Battle Trap, or this also works. Perhaps the sequencing there could have been a little different, just because oh, okay. He knows he's gonna force this through anyway. Even if this is Serpent. Okay. So the Kaiku's gonna connect. And that set monster still is not being flipped, so kind of thinking it might be either a Sinister of Anthony's own, or could be a Sangan that he just doesn't really want to push with. But I think the Sangan would have gotten in for 1,000, so. Unless it's like a weird card out of the side, I think it's pretty likely just the Sinister. Probably was trying to bait Minecon and okay, so the Breaker is going to run over Kaiku. Just get a little quick battle plus. But Derek is actually kind of far ahead, because even though that Exile and Call play seemed pretty good, it still was not actually gaining him any advantage. And now, you know, those exiled premature call type plays were, well, the Sook anyway. I was going to say he might have a hard time getting over this Breaker, but apparently you have the Sook. Okay. So just a set and pass. But this could be any flip and it'll be pretty threatening. I mean, Anthony hasn't... I guess if he had a knock, he would have used it during this turn. But he's had 2 turns to draw, so that could be the knocks or the back to square ones that we saw in game 1. It's hard for me to tell if he's stuck on monsters or like more reactive cards. I mean, Sorcerer is obviously not doing a lot in this position, but okay, so it was a Sinister. Maybe this Trenchels. Oh, this guy thumbs upping. Okay, I thought he was gonna thumbs up, try to Trenchel, and have a whole issue on our hands, but I guess not. Okay, so did he think this was a Night Assailant? That's the only thing I'm not sure about. Gets back on Upstart. It just seems like that wasn't the result he wanted. Either like whatever he thought it was, whether he thought it was a Night Assailant or the set Sinister. Probably the set Sinister, right? Because he had already been shown it from the Exiled, so. But I just don't think that was the I don't think that was the outcome he wanted. And now he's sitting in M2 without too much to do, I feel like. Oh, there's Tribute Set. I think I was lagging. Tribute Set for his 3rd TDs. Now he has 2 in hand. And Derek got back the upstart over the duo. I think that's a pretty smart play. Just, you never know how many cards Anthony might be able to set there. So if the duo is just going to be a 1-for-1, you'd much rather, like, duoing for 1 versus upstarting for 1, you're kind of taking the upstart there every time, unless you know they have something really strong in hand. But given that Derek hasn't really found any of his power cards outside of the 1 duo, like, I think you definitely want to just dig through your deck more here. Back row. So is this going to be some weird kind of convoluted game shot? Yeah, I guess this also... Oh my god. That's a big blowout. And he knows he'll be able to duo these 2 cards, and now... Sucks. Sucks if you're Anthony. Yep, Sork, double Sork, Sork Souk, right, okay, it was the Souk. That was known. And now he can just swing over here. I think Anthony was hoping that he would just normal summon the TD and then Anthony could ring it. But I kind of feel like maybe the TD could have gotten summoned there. Yeah, it might have left you open to the Sorcerer. Oh my god, he's topping like a demon here. He didn't even get back Sinister. Mistake there. I feel like this is an uncharacteristic game for Anthony. But I don't think it matters too much. Maybe if there's a Kaiku that comes down or something, but I think even being able to set the Sinister next to this would have been pretty nice. Now he remembers. Turn late, but hey, all good. He's just excited that he drew the Sorcerer. Who can blame him? Let's see. So assumedly he's gonna swing, and this will probably end up being the Sinister. It's almost like best case it's the Sinister, because everything else that he would draw. Deco, the Spy. Between the Sinister and the Spy, you're probably just setting the Sinister here, so. Kaiku does come down. He just says, Mirror Force is not real. We're going to swing through everything. We're going to hit that Sinister. And Mirror Force, unfortunately, is extremely real. And this is just, like, not his day. But at the same time, I don't know. Derek kind of just had the goods. Anytime you're starting a game off with exiling a Sinister, you got to kind of assume the game is going to go in this direction. I think it's a decent risk to take here. But, okay. Necro is informing me that he won 2-0. Good job to him. Good call on Anthony's part to scope this as a face-down Night Assailant. Just trades off. If he had just set the Sinister, then Derek likely would not have flipped the Night Assailant knowing it's a Sinister. But this way, the next card that Anthony sets, he's going to be able to get down freely. But it's looking still pretty too far behind. I mean, Anthony's going to draw to 1 card in hand, get back the Sinister, so essentially 2 cards plus a Sinister against Derek's 5 cards plus a Sinister. Plus hitting for a lot of damage. So it's 24, and then with the Sangan, another 1,000. So 2 more turns of this, and Derek will be cooked. So Blade comes down. This can run over the Spy, and more importantly, it's just kind of a body to deal with, but Derek goes pretty far into his deck and has a Sakuretsu, so... Oh, this gets solemned. I guess you just need to kind of keep the body on board, but here, I mean, if you have Chaos Monster and it would actually be, it would be game, because you go chaos, attack, summon the sinister, and I think that would be over 27. Little quick maths there. That would be 2,800 with a sorcerer. The BLS, obviously it's game. You'd need to switch the Night Assailant to attack though. Let's see. Okay, crashes the Sangan. I could get something like Sugiyomi here. Or a Night Assailant to fuel maybe a graceful play. But if you have graceful... Yeah, okay. Alright, just the Suk. And is that going to come down on the Spy? I guess so. Okay, come down on the Night Assailant reflip. Yeah, okay. But leaving the NA in attack, yeah, a little bit risky. I kind of feel like you don't need the monster removal. One time. Okay, no BLS. Slow rolling it. Attacks over that. He was able to swap for the Spy, so at least now he has a blocker. But whether that's going to be enough, not really sure. We're thinking. Summon Tribe, swing over the face down. But we know that... Oh, are we thinking that this is the Suk? It's possible. Mirror Force is gone also. Okay, so it's contributed and comes down. So the Sook could be connecting over this. Kind of hanging on by a thread here. Yeah. It's going to be game, and Derek will move on. Yeah, it was kind of cooked here. A number of things went not great for him this game, but so Derek against Ivan. I would like to watch that match. I think both those guys are pretty good players. Truth be told, I'm looking at this library game because I need to see if anyone's slow playing, but it's also the case that it's super over regardless. Let me make sure this is full screened. Okay, these guys are about to begin. So hitting him right away with the NA. I didn't see what the pitch was, but Moth, Spy, Deco, you know, normal shit. So Faye V is going to win over Goat. When about to play Indicad. So Ivan has a much more low-key hand and just TD upstart. So resolves the deco, summons breaker, lets him target, which could mean they're both chainable or you're just accepting a 50-50 there. Could be Mirror Force Jar, could be even Discard Trap Jar where you just rather take the 50-50. So maybe deciding if he wants to use a trap here. Okay. Just dealing with the stuff in the Discord at the same time as doing this. That's honestly why I'm a little distracted, but so he's obviously pretty far ahead, resolving the graceful for an NA early and like these flips, but again, hopefully searching like a spy to help stabilize. I think that's probably the line here. Sinister to hand. Let's see. So, I mean, you just gotta hope to resolve a spy and stall out. That's really the only line here. But it's just echo. I mean, if Derek can't resolve his flips, then he can't really get ahead here, and it's kind of just at a standstill. Because even if some of these are jars, until you hit those polygreeds or dust shoot or something, you're kind of just hitting through Ivan's 1-for-1s or Sinisters or things like that, and also giving him more time to draw. If you look at it, he's deeper in the deck than Derek is. If he okay, I've been thinking here. So the storm is going to get solved, but that's at least a start for Ivan. Okay, and Derek most likely has some discard trap setups, I would think. Okay, hits the Sinister. Good for Ivan. Yeah, because this is kind of what I'm saying. If he's not able to really get ahead here, whether it be by setting flips or resolving power spells, then you know, Ivan might as well be getting ahead because he's resolving more of his hand. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm saying. I mean, he was able to draw out and find this. I mean, you can kind of say the other way that Derek got unlucky and wasn't able to find that stuff, but it's just kind of like one of them's bound to do it eventually. So just checking for dust shoot. Exit standby. We are playing at a delayed pace right here, but that's the way it's got to be with these guys just grinding stuff out. I swear to God, this has got to be like a meme on the stream or something. Like every time I start to go message one of these guys, that I'm like, they immediately make a play. Okay, so Indicud wins this other match. But it just hits his Sinister, so honestly, like, horrible trade from Derek's end. -2 yourself. I mean, here maybe you can do something like hit for a bunch of damage, but it still seems like a losing position. Like now maybe you torrential this if you're Ivan, just don't want to get hit for damage. You could also wait till eventually a second chaos comes down. Because the one thing that I might be worried about is like if he drops BLS and swings and then rings it afterwards, then that's 6k. So just hits for 23, so it doesn't seem like there's a lethal line here, at least. But now it's on Ivan just to be able to see what he can do to counter this. Whether that's maybe a snatch or chaos of his own. He's sitting on double TD. And a whole handful of cards. I mean, he successfully kind of grinded Ivan out here in a pretty impressive way, I gotta say. I mean, to be fair, this is a point where you have a bunch of options and you kind of have to figure out how to navigate through this back row. I don't know if there's a second solemn down there. I mean, the ring, it sort of makes me think there's a ring because like something the Sork was so aggressive that like maybe he was trying to clock for damage. It doesn't really seem like the right play even if it was ring, but like that's the only thing I can think of. So someone's tried. That's as good a way to lead off as any. Probably not going to solemn this. Priority. Pitching Sinister. Just a good clean out and still gives you follow up even if they do something like a book here. It's for 16. Now it's going to be a little harder for Derek to... I mean, if the goal was to do something like push attacks through, solemn the back row, and then ring your own guy, that's not going to work so well anymore if he's forced to take the 16, because like he's going to be at 26, and then if he pays... Okay, so there was ring. Puts them both pretty low, but Ivan obviously really low. Now like his and his board would be clear for the next turn. I don't know if he's thinking about solemning this. Basically the same amount of damage either way, but he would get to keep a blocker. Yeah, I think book is definitely correct. That seems really good. And unless Derek is like double solemn, I don't really see him firing it off here. Chain link 3 Mirror Force, okay. So, but the important thing there is that you're not hitting the burn damage. Like, I think you're more than happy with this if you're Ivan, just because now Derek needs to summon 2 monsters to kill you instead of just 1. Like, it needs to be sorcerer plus monster, rather than just like, just sorcerer, I guess. Because I do think there could easily be a second sorcerer in Derek's hand. Like, he has a double TD, I believe, but yeah, it just feels like risking that first Sork was so aggressive that it makes me think he has it, and that's what he was trying to set up for like that over 2 turns. I think Ivan is maybe just thinking if he wants to summon his own Sork like defensively, but I don't think he needs to do that. Um, so card D here, trying to find the lethal shot, and the duo hit double TD. But it's going to be hard. You need pretty specific draws here to make anything happen. I'd probably just let this go and Solemn. So it's Sinister and Spy. See, Derek's deck kind of so big. I mean, it might make sense for something like this if, you know, you had a very slim deck and you're looking for some specific outs, but in this scenario, I mean, he really needs to draw one of his Chaos Monsters. Or maybe the Pot of Greed. He's just thinking whether he wants to preemptively break on the Solemn. I get it. And what does he pitch? Pitch Faith, probably not going to need it. Hit the Storm. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a good call. I was reading the Solemn, but I think if he flipped the card D, then maybe I could imagine that he had been trying to set up the Storm. That's a great play on Ivan's part. Really good read. And if I had to guess, it's probably going to win him the game, because now Derek needs specifically Sorcerer plus a normal summon to get through a Solemn. Yeah, and I mean, that's assuming he hit this. Summon Faith. Okay. Are we setting book behind this? Like, not really sure. Okay. Finds the Graceful. I mean, it's off his card D. It just feels like it's going to be very hard to get back now, because yeah, Ivan almost certainly will be able to kill him this turn. Even though this has been a pretty drawn out game, I think Ivan made a good comeback in a lot of ways. I mean, but Derek played pretty aggressively at times that didn't really seem like it paid off, so not really sure what. Okay. So he's thinking on the... No, he already discarded. I mean, it's gotta just be game here somehow. Summon Sorcerer. No Prio, yep. The Torrential's already gone, but... And just try to swing, I'm guessing? Oh, okay. So he uses effect and plays the Minecon. This is still game 1, by the way, so this guy's got multiple Minecons in the main. Gets pot over graceful, I mean... I kind of think he needs to find the BLS, right? But... He probably still wins even if he doesn't, but... I kind of think I prefer the graceful there. Alright, so his draw for turn was another Chaos Sorcerer. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it probably is one of the better draws you could find. And now is Ivan able to set up a kill this turn? That's kind of what I'm looking for. Maybe a snatch on the sorcerer and a knock or something. Maybe he's not main decking the knock. He's just main decking the Minecon. That could be real. Okay. 3 in deck, I mean, you would think that he's been able to find whatever he needs to find. So yep. That's gonna be game. Given that we know this is sinister. Okay. That was a long game, but also it was pretty deterministic after a while. Here we are again waiting. Let's pop over to this Shaggy Powers Necro game real quick. Whoops. Shit. let's see. So we're already seeing some cards at play here. Necro on a form of Earth aggro, similar to one that Shaggy Powers himself had topped with at the World Championships. And now he's going to try to push through for game. Mirror Force and Torrential are both gone. So it looks pretty hard to survive this. Maybe if... Oh, I was going to say... Okay, that's a good blocker. Takes the 23. The Gaff goes to defense. This is way more hype, to be honest. Those guys are taking way too long. Should have just been watching this the whole time. Summon another goblin, flip the Lily, attack for game. Right? Right? Yeah, nothing to be done. So, Necro, my boy, will move on. In the finals? Necro in the finals? What the hell? So we have no choice now but to watch Evan Benzino. Okay, so he does shoot him. Okay. This guy is thinking. TTs, which is still a 1-for-1, but a good trade, just because that spy often resolves for. It's like torrentialing a breaker, you know. It's like it feels good, even though it's still just a trade. But usually those cards resolve for more value if you don't have a card like that. So. Stop hating. All right. Graceful for 3. In the first game he had Graceful NA, and now there's Graceful again. So unsure what the discards are going to be. I mean, he's already pretty far ahead, just because resolving the shoot and pushing through the back row. Like, probably just wants to find a flip here. But he also saw what Ivan did with those Minecons game 1, so I'm sure he wants to avoid that. So I was lagging a little bit, maybe being a little hard on Derek for my own lag. So Ivan draws. Not sure what we're thinking about here. I guess if he has... Oh, I was lagging. That's what we're thinking about. So just set one and probably pass back. Oh, okay. Trying to, I think, bait out the shoot, but then he's gonna retain. Shout to Shaggy. Pass priority. He's still just really worried about the second dust shoot, which is understandable, but probably at this point is when I would rule it out. Like, everything prior to this, like, I'm like, all right, understandable, you're playing around the shoot, but like at this point, he doesn't have the shoot. Let's stop being ridiculous. Still thinking. I mean, no monsters in grave. Like, he saw his whole hand with the shoot, so he's got to basically know what's going on here. Thing is, by setting that first before you use the jar, Derek also has some more information about what card it could be likely, just because he saw the whole hand from the shoot. But now maybe TD's a great find there because he can tribute this off and just get deeper into his deck, get deeper into his engine. Yep. Seems pretty normal. Just tribute summon, search, probably Faith, Sinister. Pretty good options. Even Night Assailant, but probably Faith or Sinister. Maybe a Deco if you're really trying to play around the Minecon. I guess Sinister also can help you because, like, even if you already have flips in hand, if you search Sinister here, then they have to respect the fact that your set might be Sinister. So it might be make them a little less confident when they Minecon. Guy like me might be searching Golem Sentry here. You know how it be. He did search the Sinister. It's for 16. Okay. These guys both taking their time. Let's see. Finds the knock. It's Sangan, so probably not the best card. I mean, I don't know, he shooted him, so he has a little more information, but like, you'd probably lead with Sangan there over a real flip to bait out something like the knock. Derek's not setting Serpent there, which makes me think that this could definitely be a discard trap. Because otherwise I think setting Serpent and trying to bait a Mindcon seems pretty safe. But it also could be that he just doesn't want it to get knocked, or he knows that Ivan's holding knock. We're just gonna set. Just gonna set. So guys are really battling here. Drops the BLS. I mean, this is definitely a game where Derek has had a lot of momentum, and it's going to be very hard for Ivan to climb back in. Trench is gone there, so And the Sangan. So you weren't worried about that particular combo. I mean, that's just one of the best ways to punish BLS, but now Ivan's gonna need something like a Mind Con or a Snatch. Almost specifically those two things to really get out of this. And I think that Derek, like I said, has a discard trap waiting for a potential Snatch steal. But Ivan could have something like a Solemn or something like an MSC to clear it out beforehand. And not a lot of warriors in this tournament. I mean, we saw those Earth aggro decks, but out of these 16, I think maybe only 2 or 3 warriors. Probably more Earth aggro actually than warriors now that I think about it. Ivan just trying to figure out any way out of this position. And then we got a game 3. Okay, finds a Graceful, which is probably the one of, if not the absolute best cards that he could have found here. I mean, it's looking pretty cooked, not gonna lie, but okay. So it wasn't a discard trap, it was Solemn. Now the question is if Ivan can pull out anything like something to do with a Snatch. After that, or if he was really that reliant on the Graceful to resolve. Definitely would have preferred the Graceful to resolve, but does he still have any plays? As far as I know, I think it's only 2 cards unknown to Derek at this point. But are those 2 cards relevant at all? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. We're just gonna knock the set, which turned out to be Koichi, and then, you know, decent chance this is gonna be lethal, and it is. Now we're going to a game 3 after this very long set of matches already. Winner of this will play against Indicud, fan favorite, fan nemesis, and then the winner of that will play against Necro in the finals. Fan favorite. 2 fan favorites. 3 fan favorites. Ivan's a fan favorite too. We're the fans. We don't know yet. Let's see. DL23. I'm gonna say he's not a fan favorite. Sorry. I'm going to message Ivan the same thing. It's my official ruling. No actual time limit placed upon, but they both need to pick up the damn pace. That's really all it comes down to. Like, man, I get it. You're playing for some stakes. You're playing for money. I get it. I've been there. But what we doing? You know, like, am I gonna game loss them? No. Not really, no. I think they both know that. But like, come on, you know? Like we all know how to play here. At least Ivan and I do. Derek, you know, Derek and Necro I can't speak to, but Indicad, Ivan, and I, you know, we know what's good. So it's just like all this shit is fairly deterministic. We played these matchups a billion times. So basically know what there is to be done. But that being said, I don't want to discourage anyone from taking their time, from thinking. I know that people have different ways of kind of getting in their zone, and like I'm totally open to the fact that there may be different thresholds of that, or just I don't know, variance within rates of play and all that. But like we gotta be. He knows what's good. It could be true. Broke Edison. We're gonna save this for later. Maybe he doesn't know I'm streaming. This gotta be breaking Edison every damn day of the week. So as I went on my little rant, this guy's taking 2 minutes to discard off Graceful Charity when he already has Thunder Dragons. The classic. When he has TD Serpent, in fact. So what we doing? Set. I knocked the Sag in. So not really a lot of reads to get here. I mean, maybe you're mind conning. Are you mind conning anything though? I guess that's kind of what I'd be trying to figure out. So basically, I mean, it comes down to whether he has an answer to this face down this turn. He's getting shooted. Okay, so the hand is Sork, 2 Spy, Night Assailant, and Regeki Break. This might be a situation where you want to consider normal summoning the Spy. But all in all, pretty bad hand for Mr. Rosito. So I mean, kind of the same thing from Derek now. Like, does he have an answer to the set? Seems like this set might have been a bait to try to hit the mind cons, especially after you get dust shooted. I feel like that's a time where, especially if his hand didn't have a lot of monsters, that might be a case where you might just need to slam a mind con. But it could have easily resulted in a punish if that set was something like a Sinister, which is what I'm currently leaning towards it being. So good on Ivan, I suppose, for not just going spy attack. I feel like that would have just lost value to a lot of the things that Derek might have had set up here. Like if it's a spy, it's obviously the biggest punish, but even if it's a serpent, then I mean, setting up with these spies when you're behind, I feel like is one of the best ways to just like weather a very strong hand from in the turbo mirror. So if he can just get this third spy set and, you know, defend, that's probably exactly what he's trying to play for. So he swings over the deco, probably correctly reading at this point that this is, I guess it could still be a spy, but so all right. I mean, maybe there was a world there where you would swing into face down first. But if you think it's Knight Assailant, that could be a risk. I don't think you're ever really setting Knight Assailant there if you're Ivan, though. I think it's most likely just the third spy. I think you could have gotten a little more value there. Although, if he has spy here and he flips it, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like this. I think that's almost always going to be spy. I mean, you don't have to pop this turn. You could just wait and give the Sinister back. But given that, you know, he has some amount of Kaiku, becomes a little bit risky to do that. So okay, maybe there's a shot here, but thing is, Ivan hasn't found any lights either, so any kind of removal that gets used on this, you're not even risking a chaos. So just Regeki breaks on summon. We need something here. And the thing is, he's still at 8,000, so very least he can take like 4 hits from this tribe. Okay, so it's Sook. This was the play that we basically knew since turn 1. But he's going to try to go for. He solemns this. Why does he solemn it? That just seems insane. I mean, you knew he was going to get back the spy. So I guess the tribe helps out the spy. But like... I find it hard to believe that this is ideal. Kind of just hoping that Evan's... Oh my god. I mean, this is why you don't solemn there, right? Because then any draw becomes like super crazy. Yeah, nah. This could get really bad for Derek for sure. I mean, it's a good draw. It's obviously a like insane draw there. Because you can convert like your spy, which could stall, but certainly isn't that good, and the dead sorcerer, or you find a light and then the sorcerer becomes live. But at the same time, I just feel like this shouldn't even be happening at all. Like, it's so aggressive to use a Psalm there, and just like, for what? So, thinking on discards, I mean, here I can understand again, this is a pivotal moment, you know? So he pitches Mind Sork, sets monster. He finds pot, so we're just topping our ass off at this point. Flip Storm. Hits the book, plays duo. So you found Sork Tribe off. So then you know the set is Spy, which is going to get answered by this pitching Sinister. So yeah, you're at 4-1, basically over. A good turn of events, but he basically had nothing going for him anyway. Keeping the book there, not super ideal. By keeping, I mean just like keeping in the deck. But yeah, just kind of powerful sequence of draws. So reflip, swing. Yeah, I think you take the risk on the top deck force. Or TT, I guess, but and again was the draw. You're swinging with everything. Get back, one turn to do anything. No lights. Jar for 1. Needs like a pot. Snatch. It's looking grim. Maybe a Warrior Lady or something could be kind of nice. Plays 2-0. Probably hoping to hit a knock if then he can set another monster or something. But I believe he knew there was a Sinister there as well. Now, if this is a discard trap, obviously it's just over. Yeah, it's just over. Yep. That was a long ass game. Oh my god, I thought it was the next draw too. Couldn't find a light. Found double Chaos Sorcerer. I'm trying to see how long this game was. Let's see. But finally they're fucking done. Jesus. Derek wins. Now Derek gets Indica. That'll be an interesting one. Let's see what we got. My boy. Now, the important thing to note here is that Indica does not really play Go format. He doesn't know shit about it. He doesn't know rulings. He doesn't know anything. And I wish that I could say that he like consulted me and asked for some good deck list and I sent it to him. No, not the case. He sent me this deck list that is a pile of fucking garbage. And he said, don't ask questions. I want to play in your GOAT tournament. And honestly, I fuck with this guy. I've played him across many formats. Great technical player, smart player. I just respect his game. But I really have no idea how this is about to go. And the fact he's won 2 matches is kind of impressive to me already. But he is a legend. I mean, like, if anyone can do it, it's him. But also, I don't know if he could do it. Let's see. Finds TD. I mean, I did take a peek at his list, so I have a little bit of info, but I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. We're gonna see it unfold. I don't even remember all the pieces of it, so I'm gonna be surprised as we go on as well. I mean, he led with the Mystic Tomato, playing around the knock. But of course, then as soon as you see that, you're like, who the fuck plays Mystic Tomato? So we're just swinging over the deco. A little bit of missequence here, because I think that if that was a Sangan, it's Search Serpent. Also, if you're pitching NA here, if he pitches NA, then you feel stupid. But he doesn't know that, so he's just playing with his gut, you know? That's something I'll tell him after the fact, you know? Gotta look out for your boy. But thing is, never punish, there's no NA. And if you knew for a fact, if you knew for a 100% fact it wasn't Sangan, and they weren't playing NA, then I think that might be correct. No, I'm not. He plays NA, and it definitely could have been Sangan. But I think, because they didn't use pot last time, right? Like, the chance of the draw being pot. I guess there's also a chance the draw might be Serpent, but I think, like, having the chance of hitting the power card is maybe a legitimate strategy. He pitches call. So Indicud probably fucking... Derek is probably bamboozled right now by Indicud. He says, who is this guy? But he is drawing like a fucking animal. It's smashing ground call on it also. Like, what are we doing? He's just playing the good stuff. He probably doesn't want to swing into the spy, but at the same time, you want to keep the aggression up. Could be like a Knight of Salem or something that just trades with Tomato, but in that case, it's still better to attack. I think I'm just attacking here. Oh, okay. Let's see. Indicud going crazy with the technology. Premature back the Sangan. Not really sure here, because I feel like he could have chained the MST on this, on the premature, right? Oh, never mind. Okay, he's a genius. All right. Because now he gets the Sangan Surge and he still has normal. So we flip a decree here. Just get in for 24. We don't know Derek's hand. mean, it's mainly just to keep the tomato, right? Like, we don't care about losing the Sangan. We might even have a good value search there, because we didn't use our normal summon, but I guess we just care about keeping the tomato. Even though our Sangan's already been used, also. Keep that in mind. So, on that aside, the game's basically even. If this is a spy, that's really big for Derek, but if it's not a spy, okay. So this can flip down either itself or the tomato, yep. I expect it wouldn't flip down the Sangan. Although it could, I guess. Maybe that would make it vulnerable to a knock or something. Sangan goes to defense. Draw here. What we got? So we're just back to square one yet again. Against that Tsukiyomi, we were just hitting for 24. Do we have a clear answer to get around it in the future? No. No need. We're just going to hit for 24 now and worry about that later. It's another turn he's not drawing Pot of Greed, so sure. He's calling out for knock. Will he get it? Will he get it? No, he won't. He's just going to run to the Souk again. Probably flip itself down. And then... what's the follow-up? Okay. Straight pass. Okay, so finds a bigger monster to swing over. Now this obviously is going to prevent lethal damage, but he's going to go down to 12 and then can reflip the tomato if he wants, which he probably will. It's interesting to think if he does have the knock though, because maybe he would have, you know, done something a little more aggressive with that Souk. But it's looking like Derek doesn't have too much going on. I mean, maybe if you can find a draw spell or a snatch on the Sasuke, I could see something. But other than that, I think we're looking pretty cooked. Overcooked. Well done. Okay, well this is actually very good because it could potentially out... Yep. And out the decree. And if he's been sitting on traps, which more than likely he has. Now, second decree could get chained there. Okay, never mind. So maybe this is something like a... yeah, just ring on this. Yep. So, Indicate cooking. Doing some cooking. Indica, done siding at about 1 minute flat, does not know what any of the cards do. Alright, so Derek going first, pretty big deal in this type of matchup. By this type of matchup, I mean, just aggro. So we just try to pitch, or sorry, TD pitch, premature back, swing for 16. Get run over by a Wang Hu, which I don't know if Indica was fully expecting the Wang Hu to be popping out post board. I don't know how much damage that'll actually do to his strategy, but he's able to answer it pretty cleanly with a ring. Still down cards, and this whatever he spun the prior turn with the back to square one is now coming down set, assumedly. As the swordsman, perhaps the back square one bought him some time to find that. But now, Derek's pretty sure that this is not a live back row, probably something like a decree. This swordsman going to go down pretty easy. And now is there... So we're seeing Thunder Dragon, so we're seeing a warrior package. Hits him for 200. Now there is a double Thunder Dragon in hand. So, decent chance it could kind of whiff on that. It hits another spy, which probably would have been really bad if he was able to set that. So, Indica really just vibing out here. Now, does he have a way to get over this? Perhaps a Snatch Steel or a Chaos Monster might need to get dropped. Kaiku or another Wang Hu could also swing over. But I'm not really sure how Derek's sided because I think it's pretty conceivable that he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Just rips a graceful, just straight up finding what he needs. Gonna pitch one of those Thunder Dragon that's still stuck in his hand. And maybe if he finds another answer to the back row, then okay, discard the Storm, not gonna need that. Already have a Decree set, most likely. Doesn't have a live Chaos, but probably just thinking how he's gonna press through this face down. I mean, 2 spies gone. This could be a Sook, this could be a Night Assailant. Summons Kaiku. I think swing with the Kaiku makes sense. Yep. Now still 2 TD, so okay. Now again, he still really needs Snatch, or I don't know. Set 1. Does he end phase the decree there? Probably, yep. And now, probably gonna be game. Exile pop face down. Swing both. Derek gets put to rest by Mr. Indica. This guy. This guy's fucking with me. Yeah, drew it all. So, Necro against Indica finals. Two legends of the game. So while they're getting ready, let me add to my score report here. Indicud wins. Indicud Necro in the finals. And these boys are off to the races. I mean, to be fair, both these guys are my boys. I wish them both nothing but success. But I think the storyline of Indicud winning is funnier. So I'm gonna root for him. Subconsciously. Or consciously, whatever. But yeah, see, he doesn't even know. He's just like, okay, I don't even know what these cards are. But I'm just gonna draw Polygreed anyway. Asura, but that's probably gonna search Lily. He's not gonna be able to get it through quite as cleanly as maybe he was hoping. This guy's a troll. He knows what the fuck Lily does. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Can you even boost if it... I think if it was in defense, you could pay. That's crazy. I've never even thought about that. I don't understand why you would ever need to do that. But I think you could do it. Okay, so just dealing a bunch of damage here. 4,200. This guy is... Oh, okay. First of all, Graceful Pot is powerful. But you're just gonna hit him to 38. You are dead next turn. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe, bro. I mean, he could just be holding like Storm Knock, Nobleman, or sorry, Storm Knock, Smashing Grand. He's probably just thinking, oh, I got an answer to anything you do. But Indicud's a tricky one. So I wouldn't count him out. What if you had the Fiend Mega Cyber here? That would go crazy. Let's see. Summon's Tomato. Gonna swing over the goblin, I'm assuming. He's gonna crash. He's gonna get tomato. Oh, because he's gonna premature it back? Yeah, I think that's probably the line. Like, so hit into the goblin, premature it back. I wonder if he would do this if Necro didn't say, oh, you're dead next turn. Maybe he says call. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, we like it. We like it. I was wondering how he was going to get a light into the graveyard, but back to square one. Pretty clean. Okay, summon guys. Snatch on this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. About what you might expect. And that's going to be game. A bit of a sack, but you know, this fucking troll. These guys are wilding right now. What do we got here? Go first. Okay, finds graceful. Pitching some of his worst earths. Usually this happens because you just have a lot of monsters in hand and you're limited to the one normal summon. So he's just going super aggro. Traded the Giga with the Warrior Lady. Probably banishing here, yeah. Hitting with the Assailant. Gonna use Rhoda. Probably finding Zambira exiled, maybe. Probably something to banish. see. I'm just gonna do something to trade off of this. No? Okay. Snatch. Oh, crash. Summon Sorcerer BLS. Okay. I mean, Stuck Sork is really good against this deck, but Goblin does answer it, hitting for 23. Down to 6. He has double TD in hand, so he's just going to BLS him. Sack, yeah, okay, yep. Yep, that's going to happen. And now what does he need? Snatch here? One time, yeah, that's what he's saying. He's calling upon the gods. Oh, yeah, okay, so Crash, Lily. If he didn't summon this, then he wouldn't have lost the Lily. But he did get fairly cooked, and Necro did win. So Necro wins our second tournament, second GOAT tournament with Earth Aggro. Yeah, and Indicud wins with his stupid ass deck. I'm gonna pull it up on screen, just because I kind of can't believe this guy brought this. Look at this bullshit. He had the Earth, sorry, a Warrior Toolbox, Thunder Dragon, Discard Trap, Smashing Ground, Triple Decree, this bullshit side deck. Somehow him and Necro are both siding Needle Sealing, and just operating on a purely vibrational level, I would say. So respect to that, and nice job to both duelists. I am gonna cut the stream off, but thank you guys, and once again, Necro will be receiving a Primeval Planet Perlereino card, which is worth about $50, and thank you for everyone who participated. I'm going to do an Edison tournament later this week, probably not tomorrow, just because I am busy, but we will be doing more tournaments very soon, and soon we'll start doing some paid tournaments. These free tournaments have been very fun, but I'm going to start off doing some basically like $10 to entry tournament that'll be hosted on the Discord server, and some of those are going to be live, and some of them are going to be more you schedule matches at your own pace. So I hope to get some of those going soon. If you want to participate, please just join the Discord. Congrats to Necromancy Sorcerer, my friend and associate and enemy, and congrats to Indicud, my friend and associate and enemy. Peace out, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and